The Oddworld Soulstorm gameplay revealed in the latest trailer showed brief clips of what appeared to be the incredibly hectic gameplay. This made it quite difficult for us to make out what was going on, but there were elements that were quite familiar to the old games and Oddworld New and Tasty. As a result, I wanted to analyse the trailer and take a look at elements, in this case that specifically came from Oddworld New and Tasty. The trailer actually starts out with cutscene shots of Rupture Farms that are actually from New and Tasty. Well, I'm not sure if these will appear in the final game, and I think they were just to show, as the caption suggests, that Soulstorm takes place after New and Tasty. It's important to take note that Soulstorm is actually made using Unity, the same engine that was used to create New and Tasty. There are various similar gameplay elements revealed in the trailer, such as the way the camera angle moves revolving around Abe, and the way he can turn corners and move inwards to the screen, and that sort of thing that's sort of similar to New and Tasty. I know I'm not explaining it very well, but you get what I mean, hopefully. The sligs notably can detect you if you fall into their visor light, a gameplay element introduced in New and Tasty. They also have the ability to shoot at you from below, which they couldn't do in the original games, but I think potentially they could have done in New and Tasty. I think if you possessed one and pointed your gun upwards. I'm not sure about that one though. I apparently didn't play the game enough to remember. I've mentioned previously that the slig voices also seem to be high pitched, as opposed to the deeper voiced sligs of the original games. The checkpoint billboard things are also seen in Soulstorm, and these are literally exactly the same as in New and Tasty. There is no difference by the looks of them. They even change from a gluckin to a blue face like they do in New and Tasty. Something I'm quite sure is going to be used extensively more in Soulstorm than it ever was in New and Tasty is the ability to throw things, and it's shown that you can aim your throw with those dot things. What's that called? An aim guide? Well, you know what I mean, that thing that was introduced in New and Tasty where you can sort of aim your throw. Furthermore, there appears to be a lot of brew bottles laying around the map. However, whereas in New and Tasty this was simply an aesthetic feature, in Soulstorm I think they'll be used as a gameplay element. Empty bottles that you can pick up and collect to use to craft weapons or whatever. Finally, the possession visuals was something that people were quite critical of in New and Tasty. The traditional orbs that would float around Abe appearing and disappearing in the original games were replaced with what has been nicknamed the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire possession circle. And it looks like it's back in Oddworld Soulstorm, though in Soulstorm it also appears the other Mudokons are getting involved in the possession as well. I think Lon Lanning calls this chi charm or something like that they're going to be able to give to Abe, and it will, you know, the possession mechanics, they might look similar to New and Tasty, but they'll be working quite differently, I believe. This all being said, Soulstorm is clearly a very, very different game from Oddworld New and Tasty. I'm just pointing out the similarities to try and make sense of what we've seen so far, and I think it's a good place to start by starting from what we're familiar with and then try to work out from there what the stuff that's different is. So that's all the gameplay elements I could find in the Oddworld Soulstorm footage we have so far that seem to be taken from Oddworld New and Tasty.
Hello, follow me. Hehehe